How you doing, folks? Papa Joe here. It's Monday, and I'm in prison. You didn't know I was that bad to the bone, did you? Damned outlaw truckers. Oh, wait a minute. I ain't an outlaw trucker no more. There was the day I was. And there'd been the day that I probably would have deserved to have been in here. But today I'm just delivering. I got 4 different prisons on here in the southeast. So, and they're back there. They got 4 convicts back there. Hand unloading their share, which they got a pretty good bit. So I'm going to be here for a minute. So, this is one of our, excuse me, dadgummit. This is one of our regular loads out of the yard area there. As long as I've been here, this is the first one of them I've had to haul. I've heard plenty of whining and crying from other drivers about them. And it kind of agitates them when I tell them, I ain't never had one. You ain't? But, it is what it is. I mean, you know, you got to take the good with the bad. That's the thing about averages. You got to have each end of the spectrum to make an average. So, I'm probably going to be here a couple hours, if not longer. Then the next one's about 40 miles away, and I'll probably be there a couple hours or more. And won't surprise me if I'm not here 3 or 4 hours. Because you got to admit that the labor unloading them ain't motivated by money. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're really not back there dragging their feet and all that. But they ain't hitting it at a hard, dead run either. And I probably wasn't either in their situation. So, it's just going to be a little daily update. Still got people jumping my butt about the little guy trucker video, the first one. And no, I haven't taken it down. Do y'all think I really should? I mean, I made it. It was my honest feelings at the time. I might have been in the wrong, and I was in the wrong. Let me correct that. Jumping him like I did, or bad-mouthing him like I did over someone else's word. But, you know, it was an honest mistake, so to speak. And I've just left it up because I made it, you know? So, it's kind of like that Make America White Again. I just got another comment on it. And, I didn't do nothing wrong in that one. However, people really do not watch the video to find out what it's about. They, read the name of it. And they might watch a minute or 2 of it where I'm reading other guy's stuff, and then they pass judgment on it. So, kind of like I did little guy trucker. So, you know, tit for tat. Karma. What goes around comes around. I need to get my boy to link all 3 of them little guy trucker videos together. I think I'll ask him to do that tonight if he can. I know he can if he has time. Let's see. They're still beating up on Trump. They're trying to. I tell you, it just aggravates me that, and it goes both ways now, don't get me wrong. Right now it happens to be the Democrats that are bitching about what Trump and the Republicans are doing. If you can put the Republicans in with him on that. But history shows that Obama did the same stuff. And Democrats are okay when Obama does it, and they're mad when Trump does it. Well, the Republicans are mad when Obama does it, but they're okay when Trump does it. You know, I was a prison guard, and I am literally sent into prison to get unloaded. I was a prison guard, and what they taught us is fair, firm, and consistent. And I carried that on into my livelihood and in my regular life. You know, that's how I raised my children, was fair, firm, and consistent. What's good for one's good for all, you know. And I tried to enforce the same rules all the time. You know, no, you're in trouble for doing this today, but tomorrow if you do it, oh, it's okay. No, that ain't how it works. And it shouldn't work like that with our government. All these executive orders do bother me. I don't like it when either one of them are doing it. We have a process for this kind of stuff. My daughter was just saying the same thing, and it's really bugging her. And like I told her, I said, right now, you know, I said, it's the better of two evils. This is the fastest way for Trump to fix some of the issues that we have. Executive orders can be canceled by executive orders. That don't make it right. You know, as Grandma used to tell us, two rights don't make a left, you know. So it's kind of a catch-22 there. So, and what he has done on this ban thing is no different than Obama. Who was it? Iran or something? I forget who it was. He banned the people for a long time. For 3 or 6 months, I forget details. But he banned some people from coming in. Once again, you know, I can do it. Do as I say, not as I do. Ain't that what Dad used to tell us growing up? Do as I say, not as I do. Which ain't fair, but that's how it works at times. So, and there are stipulations in his executive orders that really don't trap as many out as they're claiming. Yes, there's going to be some issues with some folks. Sorry. You know, that's just nature of the beast for trying to come into another country. And we've got a bunch of them still up in arms about the wall. I think we need a secure border. I don't care how he does it. And even if he does it without a wall, an actual physical wall, there are those that's going to try picking at him. My issues with the whole illegal immigrant thing, especially on our southern border, is it's not just illegal Mexicans coming over trying to make a living. You got the drug cartel coming in, you got terrorists coming in, you got all kinds of stuff coming in. And along with that, the people that are saying that we should be compassionate and all this, they're only trying to better themselves. Well, I'm sorry, your country sucks. Go back and fix it. And on top of that, you come into our country and expect not to be in trouble and all this stuff and to get whatever. And a lot of them do get benefits and welfare and stuff. I imagine the majority of them, but I don't know. That's just a guess on my part. What would happen if I go into your country? From what I understand, if I go into Mexico illegal and get caught, I get 10 years in prison. And then I get deported. And from what I've seen and heard, you don't want to go to prison in Mexico. So, you know, here, and the Mexican government is raising a big fuss about to crack down on illegals. And they're the ones that have such a hard place and a hard line and laws in place for any illegals coming to their country. More of that do as I say, not as I do. More of that it's good for if I do it, but not good if you do it. We need a little bit of balance. Period. We need a little bit of balance. I know it's not a business deal, but as Trump has repeatedly said, the Americans get the short end of the deal on all the deals. And I honestly believe that. I really do. we have so many powers to be that are just bleeding hearts, and if you would let them, they would give away our country. Well, they damn near have. And now we have a man in there that is actually starting to run the country like a business. And folks ain't liking it, because he's calling it like it is. And they're not happy. Not in the least little bit. They're not happy. Why? I don't understand that. If he's going to try to correct problems, and there's a lot of you that don't remember Ross Perot. I voted for Ross Perot. I wanted him to come in, and he was a rich Texas man, a very good businessman. He did not have a good personality. He was worse than Trump on that stuff. He had a touch of little man syndrome, in my opinion. But I thought back then that we should get a businessman to run the country. Basically, we are a big corporation. You have all of these different government agencies operating underneath the motherhead. Well, that's a corporation, you know? So if you want somebody at the helm, then you want somebody that's got a clue. Of course, there wasn't too many people asking my opinion back then. Well, there ain't too many asking my opinion nowadays. So, like I said, I'm not real crazy about his executive orders and whatnot, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I like what he has done so far. I don't know how many times I've told you, he was not my favorite candidate. However, as it came down to the actual election, he was the only candidate for me. And not because he was so great, but because the other one was so bad. So there's a lot of me out here that had to vote for him because they couldn't vote for her. Oh, I know. That makes us a sexist. No, that makes me a patriot. That makes me a proud Marine that did not like her abandoning our boys. That did not like her with her gun deals overseas. With her giving Iranian to Iraq. You know, or uranium, however the hell you say it. You know, she did too much stuff I didn't like. I didn't trust her. I didn't trust her husband. And I damn sure didn't trust her. They came from the same tree. So, so I am hoping that he can really make something start happening. I thought his first week was great. I read one article where they said how no one was wanting to talk to him. Well, that's crock shit. Even yesterday, Sunday, he had 2 phone calls, you know, to talk to world leaders. World leaders are coming to him to talk to him. And that's how it should be. And it ain't they're all mad and we're going to ban America and all that. They can't afford to ban America. So, you know, they can't just blow us off. However, they see that they're dealing with a new guy. It's not a lily-livered, bowing down to sheiks type man. This is one that stand there and look you in the eye and shake your hand. You know? Wow, are they done back there already? They sure are. Folks, I got to see about getting out of here. Talk to me later. I'll finish talking about this later, but God bless. Remember, God loves you and so do I.